I am following along with Paul McWhorter's Raspberry Pi Pico lessons, and number four at the end of number four lesson, he was told us to uh, take our blinking of LEDs to the next level and use our imagination and come up with uh, interesting things to do with it. Um, I've been busy watching everybody else's post videos and looking at their code and just learning from that and everything. And I actually don't think I'm going to do a video of my own, but I decided to highlight a few of my favorites and show what I learned from them. Maybe other people learned as well. So let's get going on that. So both Lori from Lori's Robots and BBF made binary clocks, and that was interesting. Learned a lot about that, and they chose different ways of doing it, but they both had the clocks working. So uh, uh, interesting how two different people come up with two different projects that uh, different enough that they are unique but accomplish the same things. It was really nice seeing that. So another thing is that people have different ways of uh, timing, especially once you get more than one thing that you want to time together. You can't use delays. From my Arduino days, I certainly know that delays. You learn delays the first thing, or in Python it'd be sleep, and then you find out, oh, sleep's really not a good thing because it's going to stop everything else from working, um, especially in the microcontroller world where you don't have too many options for uh, threading and stuff like that, like you do on like the Raspberry Pi or PCs. So uh, this guy here, I think, yeah, Cole, he's got lots of stuff. I think he's blinking the LED on board. He's doing some Morse code, I think, on this one. He's doing a binary counter down here, and he's doing a Larson scanner up here, and then he's also got a little OLED that he's printing stuff out on. So he's got so much going on there, and okay, well, he's definitely not using sleeps to do that. So I will make this bigger. So I was looking at his code and noticed these ticks differential, ticks milliseconds, and I hadn't seen that before, but it's part of the time library. By the way, the time library and the utime library in MicroPython are exactly the same thing. Um, the library or the module itself is called utime, but they allow you to alias it back to time because that's in regular Python. That's just what you use. But it's a subset of the. You don't have all the things that time library has. The regular Python time module has. You only got a subset of them that microcontrollers use. Plus, it adds a couple extra ones, and a couple extra ones that you don't see in your regular Python time library are these ticks difference and ticks microseconds. And what they were put in there for is to make this comparable to the time without delay, or the blink without delay things where you're using millis and previous millis and stuff like that. So this ticks underscore ms is the same as the millis in Arduino, to the best of my knowledge. And the reason they want you to use this ticks milliseconds rather than the time is because of the overflow problem. If your program runs long enough, that the overflow might be a problem if you use the regular time.time to do this. So this ticks milliseconds protects on your rollover, and this ticks difference also takes that into account as well, so that if it does a subtraction, that you won't get, rollover problems. So they tell you to use this instead of time.time, and then just do the subtraction. That this is actually just, this minus this, and seeing if it's, if the value is larger than this. So, and then again, just like the millis, your previous millis, now you got your millis. He's using millis last, which is what you would use. So that was interesting that that they actually have a way in MicroPython to simulate what they did in the millis on the Arduino, and account for the rollover. So that's good to know about that. So that was very interesting. Learned a lot from Cole. But then another fella, he put up this video, and looking at this code, and well, he don't even have a while true loop in that. I said, that's got to be something going on. So I looked up at his imports, and he's from machine. He's importing something called timer, and I said, wow, okay. So what's a timer? Is that like it's a thread or something that you're doing? And I looked into it, and it works sort of like our threads do, where you're at a certain period here, every so often your timer kicks off, and it goes and runs this function. So every once in a while, every time it comes up to his time, he's going to run this function. This is in milliseconds, so it's going to happen fairly fast. And he just has it run this function, and then does this. But it's not a thread. It's more, I was doing some reading, and actually did some code work on it just to satisfy myself. And it is not a thread. It's taking time out of your regular. So if you had a while true down here underneath of it, every time this timer goes off, it's going to stop its while true wearing the while true, go do this, and come back. So that means you can't, it just like Arduino interrupts, you can't do any kind of long processing or have any delays in your updates here. You can do a lot of work in here, but you just can't put any delays in it or anything. You just, whatever you want to do, but you can't, like I said, just can't take up time, or your while true is not going to work the way you expect it to if you got any timing down there. So that was another good thing that I learned, timer.time, and very interesting. And like I said, I keep learning from you guys, and just wanted to highlight a few of the things that I have learned over to watching these videos, and going to sit back and continue to do that. Paul, you are inspiring a lot of us, and I appreciate all Paul's work, and I appreciate everybody that posts the video. Have a great day, everybody.